Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing my April reading plans. I am very excited about this list of books that I have here as possibles or committed reads for the month of April. I will forewarn you, I don't know what happened this month. I did so well in February and March of keeping my TBR reasonable and contained and actually achievable. I don't know what happened in April. It's like I just completely lost all remembrance of how hard it is to read this many books. But I am ecstatic about what my options are here. So it'll be fun to see how many I get through of these. But I am really excited about these. So we'll see what you think of this. Massively unrealistic reading plans that I have for April, especially when you hear the end. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. All right, but first, really importantly, I am still reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I only have about 400 pages in my digital version, 200 pages in this one. I am in book 12, chapter 4. I think I'd have to open it to look, but I am loving this book quite a bit more than I ever thought I would. Have always been super intimidated by this book, and I just really love it. Plus, I love every opportunity of bringing out this absolutely beautiful book and cover and end papers. So yeah, I am still working on this one, and then the other book I'm finishing up, which I don't know when I'll finish it, if it'll be before the end of March or not, but I am reading Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead, which was a Women's Prize 2022 long-listed book. I'm reading this with Shelley Swearingen and Sony Devaney, who is a subscriber. Oh, and War and Peace was my March 1001 book club pick. So yeah, if there's a number of people who have been reading that book in March. So for my April reading plans, like I said, it's a lot, and so bear with me here. So the first one is my 1001 book club for April, and that is Walden by Henry David Thoreau. This was originally written in 1854, so of course I'm a little bit nervous about how well the reading or the writing is going to work for me. It has been one, I love this cover. First of all, I've wanted to read this one for quite a long time. I'm hoping this is a good edition because I think this is a more recent one. It says edited and with an afterword by Jeffrey S. Kramer, and I believe that this edited version was first published in 2006. So I'm hoping that the language is a bit more, I don't know if it'll be modern, but I'm hoping that this is a good edition. But Walden is the 1001 book club pick, so very good first one that I know I will be reading. That one's a given. The next one, yeah, this is a tough one, and so it's a tough book and a tough size of a book. Roz at Scalladandling About the Books and Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads are hosting a read-along of The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. Look at how big this book is. I have tried to read Thomas Mann before. I tried reading Dr. Faustus. It is one of 2 books that I have DNF'd off of the 1001 book countdown. I just couldn't even begin to get through Dr. Faustus. So I'm nervous and worried. I signed up for the read along because sometimes those will help me get through a really difficult book. I also am very suspect, have lots of suspicions about this particular edition. I don't know. It says it's annotated, but it's not annotated. So I don't know if I'm going to read it from this, if I'm going to get a digital copy. It is so big, and sometimes reading from books that are this big is uncomfortable. But this is book number 2 off of the 1001 book countdown for April. We'll see how far I get. I think the group is taking 6 weeks to read it, which seems reasonable. It's actually shorter than, is it short? It's about the same length as War and Peace, but I'm more worried now about that one than I am War and Peace. So I don't know. We'll see. The next one is one of the ones I am most excited about from the 1001 book countdown list, and it is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. This is a very short book again at 200 pages. It's supposed to be what book Blade Runner was based off of. It is a cyberpunk novel, from what I understand, similar to Neuromancer. And I am doing a buddy read with Jem of Books, Fraser, Simon, Springboard Thought, and Sarah from Freshly Read Books. And so it'll be my first time doing buddy reads with those three. So I'm very excited about that. Plus, again, it is a very short book, and I am thrilled to get to read it with these lovely booktubers. So yeah, that one is one I think we're starting on Friday. So yeah, that's the first one. Sorry, that is the third book. I'm good at math, I promise. The next one is one that I am reading with Stephanie Cohen, and she has said that we can start after I finish War and Peace, which I'm very thankful about, because there's no way I could read this one and War and Peace and then ignore the Magic Mountain, because that's probably what will happen. But we will be reading Moby Dick by Herman Melville. I will be so happy to get this one off the list, and I love buddy reading with Stephanie. So if I can pick this one up after I finish War and Peace, that would be magnificent. I think we have a little bit of flexibility on the start time, but Moby Dick is officially on the April list. We'll see how I do. And then the next two books are because of Rick McDonnell. He is hosting an NYRB readathon in April. If you're not familiar with NYRB, I believe it stands for New York Book Review, and sometimes they post or they publish books that have faded a little bit out of mainstream. And so, of course, with the 1001 book list, there are bound to be ones on that list. And so when Rick announced his read along, I went and saw which ones I have, and they are some short books, which is why they got added. The first one is Chess Story by Stefan Zweig, 80 something pages. This is how I'm being kind to myself in April, is adding this short one here. With all the monster books, this one is amazing. This one is a day to read this. So I'm super excited about this one, and that it meets Rick's NYRB challenge. And then the second one that I have from that is actually Blindness by Henry Green. Again, fairly short. So these are my happy, could probably read in a very short amount of time books and meet Rick McDonnell's read along. So yeah, Blindness by Henry Green. And that's actually it for the 1001 book countdown books. I do have a stack of books sitting over here on the shelf over here that are some shorter ones if I want to try and throw those ones in. But as you can see, that's a lot of books. And then, and this is where it starts to get ridiculously silly. I have a group read with the Up to No Good Book Club, which has Shelley Swearingen, AJ Dunn Reads and Writes, and Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, as well as Sonia and Deb, who are a couple of great subscribers and friends. And we are reading The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. We just finished the Wolf Hall trilogy. We took a little bit of a break, and now we are going to be picking up this monster at over 800 pages. But we are taking a fair amount of time to read it, so I'm hoping if I just read I said a few in my head, but I really mean like 10 to 15 pages a day, I should hopefully be able to keep on track. I maybe have to read 30 pages a day to get through the first piece. I don't remember. I'll have to look. But The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton is the next book. And then I have a book we haven't really figured out the start time with, so we have a little bit of flexibility, but I will be reading The Yield by Tara June Winch with Larry from Larry Has Opinions. I saw he won the giveaway that Sean the Book Maniac hosted for this book and said we should read that, and he finally received the book. And so hopefully we'll be able to read this in April. I'll have to reach out and confirm dates with Larry. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I've heard really good things about it. So this will be another buddy read. And then the next one had it really recently. I was watching Elle over at Elle Thanks go through some books that she wanted to read, and she had on it The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi, and I own this book, and I'm telling you, if I see it and I own it, I just can't stop myself from saying we should do a buddy read. So Elle and I will be buddy reading this. It'll be our second buddy read together, which I'm very happy about. I love reading with Elle. I also believe Emezi has a new book coming out, so I would love to read another one and see if the more recent work is something that I want to pick up. So yeah, that one is another one. And then the last one, I don't know when we're starting this, but it's one that I do have and wanted to talk about. I read The Red Queen with Britta Bowler in February. think it was February. Yes, it must have been February. I read The Red Queen with Britta Bowler, and that is based off of a real person who lived, I believe, in the 1700s, and that person also had written a memoir. And so I won't try and pronounce that name. I'll have to look it up for next time. But Britta and I will be buddy reading the memoirs, and I don't know, I think we're starting this more towards the end of the month, maybe the first part of May, but I did want to bring it up because it is so pretty. And it feels pretty. I mean, it just feels super soft. I love books like that feel soft like that. But this one, I'm very interested in reading this actual memoirs that the Red Queen was based off of. So that should be a really good one. And that's what I have for physical books. I do have an ARC that is, so for my reading goals, I wanted to do one new release and one nonfiction. And I do have an ARC. I have an ARC for Like a House on Fire by Lauren McBrayer. I have this lovely thing here that I haven't started yet that I need to read before April 26th so that I can have it done before the book comes out. And then my nonfiction book would also qualify for a new release, and it is Riverman, An American Odyssey by Ben McGrath. And so I saw this one. I pre-ordered this one. I don't usually pre-order books, but I was fascinated by the story. I had just read, I think, Into the Wild and went and looked for other books with similar outdoor themes. And so this one is the riveting true story of Dick Conant, an American folk hero who, over the course of more than 20 years, canoed solo thousands of miles of American rivers and then disappeared near the Outer Banks of North Carolina. This book contains everything: adventure, mystery, travelogue, and unforgettable characters. So I really wanted to read it when I read that preview of it, and also keep going with my theme of reading books out from the outside, or books about the outside, not from the outside. So that is the official, unofficial, unrealistic reading plans. We could bring out Merp over here, my little mammoth, and talk about that. But yeah, that's a lot. And I recognize that that's a lot. And then I really, so I judged, I don't even want to admit this because it's a hard one. I judged the BookTube prize for fiction in the first round, and decided to sign up for the second round, hoping that I would be able to read a nonfiction group, because I really want to read some nonfiction. So if I am picked to read nonfiction, I will be swapping some things out and changing some things up, because adding 6 additional books in here between now and the end of May, I could do it if I just said, oh, I'm not reading anything else in May other than those books. So yeah. Why did I sign up? I love the prize so much. I had so much fun reading the first round and really just wanted to do the second round. So I'm happy with the decision, even though I know it's going to put a lot of reading on me. Thankfully, things have slowed down with my parents, so I have a bit more reading time, a bit more time to be home, and I'm excited for the lunacy that is this right now. So I'm not even going to try and pick them up and do a stack, because there's just really no point. I'm not going to be able to lift all those up. So we'll see how I do. Wish me luck. Subscribe to my channel. See how I do in April. And let me know if you are interested in any of these books, if you've read any of these books. You give me a hard time for having too many on my reading plans again. Like I said, I did really well in February and March, and then just went, yeah. I was silly in April. So, but as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks. Bye.